start the Caesars Palace Dubai webinar. Ian, welcome. Thank you for joining us again today. Take it away. The stage is yours.
Lovely, thank you. And hello, everybody. Yeah. that should be clear that we're talking about Caesars Palace Dubai. So you might know the hotel from when we opened, which was like quite many years ago actually, and then it was Caesars Resort and Caesars Palace. So that's changed, and I'll show you how we've changed it and what we've done, and how it's changed our competitive set, and also how we've changed the way we present our rooms. So this really is our unique selling point. We're an island hotel, and there's no other island hotel, I don't think, in Dubai. So if you imagine being sat on that beach, the other thing that we have is a completely unobstructed view into the Gulf. So you can sit there and just look forwards, and you wouldn't even realize you were in Dubai, to be honest. And nobody else has got that. The one and only Royal Mirage and Ritz-Carlton did, I think, have pretty good views, but that's all just been damaged or spoiled by the construction of the cruise terminal, which is right in front of the one and only. So this is Blue Waters Island. From the back, you can access this by road, which comes behind the marina, so it doesn't get clogged up in the traffic in the marina. And you can also take the walking bridge over to JBR, which, if you know JBR, it's a pretty long strip of cafes, bars, restaurants, nightclubs, all that kind of stuff. So the island itself, you can see the wheel, Ain Dubai, and if you stay with Caesars Palace, you can get a free ticket onto that. On the right hand side, it's accommodation for, it's residential. And so the traffic would always just go underground for the parking for those people. The island's got about 150, I think, shops, cafes, bars, restaurants, which, especially down on the left-hand side of the island, give you amazing views back over the marina and JBR and all those towers. So it's pretty spectacular. And then we have at the front is the hotel, Caesars Palace Dubai. On the left-hand side is Julius Tower. You can see it's like a horseshoe. In the middle, it's difficult to see from here, but is Cove Beach, which is the beach club. And then you've got Palace Tower, where you can just so you can see the swimming pool. So they're the properties. Behind Palace Tower actually is some residences which are available for you to sell, but only for really long term, like 3 months or 4 months. So yeah. Right, so this is there's an old picture because you can see there are no pods on the wheel, but it's a very short video. So you get a good idea, I think, from that of what the island looks like. Our location is pretty unique. So you can see the marina and you can see Palm Jumeirah. Excuse me. And then you can see the island, Blue Waters Island, and we're on the tip of that. We're actually also, we can say, we're the closest hotel, luxury hotel, to Expo. So if you're selling Expo, then this is the best hotel to put people in. So the main changes are that we're now called Caesars Palace Dubai. So we don't have the two resorts like we had previously. So we've got Julius and we've got Palace. Another change is regardless of where you stay, you have the same benefits. So previously, if you stayed in Palace, you had certain privileges, but that's all gone. So you can choose whichever is the most suitable tower and you don't lose anything by that. And this actually, the point here is incorrect. So Cove Beach is not owned by Caesars Palace, but if you want to go on a Thursday, a Friday, or a Saturday, which is the weekend, it's free for Caesar's Palace Dubai guests. So that's changed quite recently, and I need to update my slide. And then the other thing is breakfast is always in Bacchanal, which is in Julius Tower. That restaurant has just come from Las Vegas. And then Hell's Kitchen, which is Gordon Ramsay. He does breakfast 3 days a week. And I've just made the point that with Half Board, every single restaurant is part of the Half Board program, including Gordon Ramsay, but that just comes with a small supplement. We've done some work with the rooms, and really, I mean, the rooms in Julius are smaller than the rooms in Palace. However, do be aware they have more space because the Palace bedrooms have got very, very large bathrooms, so it reduces the amount of space. Both 5-star luxury, both have got different designs and so on and so forth. But what we've tried to do is streamline the way we call the rooms. So, for example, the leading room is called a deluxe king or twin, and that's in Julius and Palace. And then there's ocean view rooms, which are called Ocean King or Twin, which is in Julius and in Palace. And then same for ocean suites in both. And then the 2-bedroom suites for families, which actually they're only in Julius. There are suites in Palace also. And the reason for the family rooms is if you look on this slide, I've said how the main rooms just take 2+1 or 2+1 plus an infant. So if you're 2+2, which is pretty common, then you do need a family room, and we've never had this before. So so when you're booking, if you've got a family of 2+2 or more, then you need to book the family room, which is 2 guaranteed connecting rooms. And then very quick overview. So Julius Tower has got 301 versus 194 in Palace, 80 apartments, and then in total 9 restaurants and bars, but that's going to go up to 12. We have a 500-meter private beach and 5 swimming pools and 2, excuse me, and 2 kids pools. So it's pretty. There's a lot to do. Plus, obviously, everything else on Blue Waters Island. So if we look at Palace Tower, so this is the entrance and the lobby, and you can see some of the sort of quite subtle statements that we've made about Caesars. So we are the sister hotel for Caesars in Las Vegas, but there's no other similarities. It's very different. This was actually built to be Jumeirah originally, and so yeah, you can see the little touches that say Caesar's Palace. And if you see the 2 doors at the end, and you were to walk through those 2 doors, this is our view, which, like, I'm going to keep saying it, but there's nothing that obstructs the view of the Gulf, and no other hotel in Dubai has that view. And you can see the 3 pools here and the cabanas that are on Sarah's picture and the beach. It's the same pools, and that's Palace Tower by night. You can see how it's a horseshoe-shaped building. And what that means is that every single room that you can see on this photograph, they have the ocean view. And the curious thing about the Palace rooms, as you can see here, this is the King Ocean Suite, because you can see the ocean. But to the left-hand side, the bathroom takes up the entire length of the bedroom, which is unusual, but it means you've got a spectacular bathroom, to be honest, which you can see there. And then if you have a suite, this is the Palace Ocean Suite. Again, you can see the ocean view. The bathroom is behind the bedroom, and you now have a living room. And then maybe this is not for all of you, but we have then presidential suites, which have 2 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms, and this is their sort of living space. Yeah, same thing. And these also, on their terraces, these also have sort of jacuzzis and places to chill out, which is nice. So there you go, jacuzzi. And that's the Royal Suite, which typically is where Sheikh Mohammed would stay if he was coming to visit, which is pretty nice. So the dining in Palace Tower is led really by Hell's Kitchen. So Gordon Ramsay has this restaurant in Las Vegas, and he's brought it to Dubai as well. So available for dinner with a supplement, but also available for breakfast 3 days a week with no additional cost. Then this menu will change because there's a new chef coming, but it's dim sum and Pan Asian. There's a beautiful outdoor terrace just by the beach, and obviously inside seating for in the summer. Havana Social is our main bar really. It opens till 1 a.m. Cuban themed, live music, Spanish tapas kind of food, very, very nice. All indoors, but you can see the design and the layout is pretty cool. And then Roman Lounge comes off the lobby of the Palace Tower, and it's kind of high teas and champagne and cocktails, but you can see the terrace there which overlooks the pool, so it's a nice place to sit and have a drink and something to eat. So Julius, again, it's an old picture because there's no pods on the wheel. The wheel is now fully operational. The lobby, and you can see it's just a little bit more colourful, really. Same Caesars, or nod to Caesars as a brand, but a little bit more playful than Palace Tower. This is the main pool, obviously. There are 2 pools at Julius and 3 pools at Palace. And as I said, the rooms here have got more space around them. So this is a king ocean room, but you can see there's a lot more space around the bed than you find in Palace Tower, and the bathroom. And then the suites, so you've got the same bedroom and the same bathroom and the ocean view in this case, but then you have that living room. Excuse me. Which is pretty nice actually. And again, you can do this with a 2-bedroom suite as well. So in Julius, the dining is Bacchanal, which is also from Las Vegas, and this is where everybody would have breakfast primarily, unless they're booked into Hell's Kitchen. Cleo's Table is Italian. So pizzas, pasta, and it's a big open kitchen, so you can see the chef cooking, and again, indoor, but a big outdoor terrace as well. And then both pools have a bar. So Fortuna is in Julius, and Neptune is in Palace. So that's where you can just order cocktails and drinks and food and just sort of chill out for the day. And it's, it's nice. And then this place is cakes and pastries. They're in the top of the lobby of Julius Tower, and again inside and outside seats. Right, you must remember that we are a strong family product, and before I actually go on there, I need to confirm who our competitive set are, because it's changed. So right now we compete alongside Four Seasons and Mandarin Oriental. I would also say Al Nassim in Madinat Jumeirah, and also One and Only and Ritz-Carlton, but recognizing that they now have a cruise terminal view. So so just remember that that's where we're competing. We're not really considered to be competing with hotels on the Palm. So yeah, so Empire. So below 3, actually, that label is wrong. Below 3, you have to get a babysitter, which you can pay for. Otherwise, it's the Empire Kids Club, and you can see that they'll do things outside in the pool or on the beach, but typically they'll spend their time inside, with all sorts of activities and lots of trained staff, obviously. And then for teenagers, it's Rome, which has got the music stuff, table tennis, air hockey. They have PlayStations, they've got Xboxes. So the sort of 13 to 17-year-olds just hang out really and get along with each other and have a good time. And they all go out on the beach at some point. So Quas Bar, this also has come directly from Las Vegas. So it's got 8 treatment rooms, so it's quite big. It's based in Caesar's Palace Tower, and it's pretty spectacular, to be honest. And some of the treatments you can see in the bottom right there are quite unusual. So that lady's got gold leaf on her face. So you can do some different things. So the residencies have got their own pool. As I said, it's long term really, and they're designed very much like Palace Tower, exactly the same decor. But it's only like 3 or 4 months, so it doesn't really appeal to the UK market. Oh, another old picture because of the wheel. Cove Beach has its own pools, its own restaurant, its own bars. It's free, like I said, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, if you're a Caesars Palace hotel guest. And if you're in Cove Beach, you cannot leave and go to the pools in either Julius or Palace. So it's a self-contained little area, which is nice. And they can go on the beach. And sort of coming to a conclusion, this is just some of the things that we've got around the entire property, just to sort of showcase that we are a Caesars Palace brand. So we've got to accept that, and we've got to sort of acknowledge that, but we must always remember that there were nothing like Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, which is a very, very different proposition, to be honest with you. And I think that's it. So I'll come back onto the main screen, and any questions I'll try and answer. Where were you? You were down on the floor.
Yeah, I'm just sat on the floor. I find it easier. I've got backache today, so I'm kind of on the floor, but resting on a table. So yeah, I'm here. Okay, brilliant. So Stabby's asking, kids younger than 13 use the teen club? And I know this is quite a common question if you've got, let's say, maybe a 12-year-old that's a little bit older.
Yeah, they wouldn't mind at all. Yeah, okay. The staff at Rome, and I mean they're not checking passports or anything, but yeah, you could, yes, of course they can go in. Yeah,
go and use that. Brilliant. Rudolph has asked, when exactly did the Caesars Palace Dubai open?
It opened about 3 years ago, and as I said, it was before lockdown, obviously, and it was Caesars Resort and Caesars Palace, and they competed at that time with hotels on the Palm, and so our price was trashed really, and we were too cheap for what we were. We were a better hotel than anything else on the Palm, and yeah, so yeah, maybe over 3 years actually. And all the changes that we made, we did during lockdown. So we just reopened after lockdown as a completely different product.
Super. Sharon's asked, is there a cost for the Cove Beach outside of the weekend?
Yes. Well, it's not. Yes, it's not so much cost. It's a minimum spend. So if you're going to go in and have food and drink, then you'll hit the minimum spend really quite easily. And if you're coming from outside, if you're not staying in Caesars Palace Dubai and you're coming in from outside, you've got the same minimum spend to deal with as well. Okay,
super. I think that seems to be it. We've had a couple of people that have asked for videos. So yeah, I'm sure that if once I do the follow-up, you can reach out to Ian and just ask for that.
Yeah, we have got videos on the MBR website as well.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah. So CaesarsAgentRewards.co.uk. There's videos on there.
Super. Okay, well, that seems to be the end of the questions. So unless anybody else has got anything to add. Okay, so Ian, have you got a question ready for us?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, super. So if everybody can go into chat and just make sure that your drop down says everybody. So what we'll do is Ian's going to ask us a question. The first person with the correct answer will get entered 10 times into the spin to win. I will announce this later today in about an hour or so onto Facebook, and the winner will get a £25 onto the Caesars Agent Rewards, but you must be registered with the programme, because if you're not, Ian can't pay you. So please make sure that you're all signed up straight after the webinar. So Ian, what's your question today?
So I'm going to ask, excuse me, I've got a cough. What is the name of the pool bar at Palace Tower?
Okay.
No. That's the Cuban bar. Yes.
Yay. So Neptune.
Yeah, no, Cove Beach is the club in between the two hotels. Neptune is the answer, and Fortuna is Julius.
Super. So Sharon, you was the first person with the correct answer. I knew it was one of the two. Super. Well, a big thank you to everybody for coming on today. It was a quick webinar, just to recover and go through the sort of the differences between the hotel and sort of how you can market it for your clients.
Yeah, most important thing is location. So we've got an island, we've got 100 and odd shops, cafes, bars, restaurants on the island. We've got the unobstructed views from the island over the Gulf. So that's important. And also, just because we're 5-star luxury, like the other ones I mentioned, we're different. We've got a bit more personality. It's a bit unpredictable. It's a bit more colourful. There's more going on. It's a bit more exciting, I think. So, you know, if you go 4 seasons, you kind of take a gamble if you want to say anything, because it's so quiet and peaceful and relaxing. Whereas it's, you know, the people in the Caesars are having a bit of fun as well.
Yeah, it's got more of a vibe, and also you can walk out, can't you? You can walk out to places as well, at the marina area.
Yeah, so you just walk. It's about a 10-minute walk, and it's a lovely walk actually over the bridge, and that takes you to it'll be kind of the bridge for the new address hotel or the Sofitel, and then you've got all of JBR, which is, like I said, has got nightclubs and bars and restaurants, and it's quite affordable. There's things like McDonald's down there, and you know, so if you want like a really cheap lunch, you can do that down there.
Yeah, super. Well, great overview and a good summary for us. So definitely make sure you signed up to caesarsagentrewards.com. And thank you very much, everybody, for your time. And thank you, Ian, for coming on and giving us the whole gen on Caesars Palace Dubai.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, everybody.
Much appreciated. Well, take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye. Thanks, Ian.